Hey, welcome back to We Got Next, and y'all kicking it with Kat today. As y'all remember me from last year, and I did this program, the Junior Journalist program with Mildred Brown. But this year, we got a new twist. We got some guys here, and as you guys know, last year, us women, we dominated it last year. But right now, I'm sitting here with these two fellas. Can y'all introduce yourselves?
Xavier Banks.
Wesley.
What school do you guys go to?
North High School.
Best school in Omaha, Burke High.
We could have a later discussion about that. But how'd you guys get into this program?
My father.
So what did he say to you?
We're going to this tomorrow.
Okay.
And what did you do?
I guess, okay.
Wesley, what about you?
Well, actually, my counselor told me about this program, and she just said, like, this would be a good opportunity, and then, yeah. I just signed up and then showed up last Saturday and loved it.
So I wasn't here last Saturday, so can you tell us what you guys experienced on your first day?
Well, we basically talked about media, and we got to know each other, know Xavier pretty well, funny guy. Let's see. We also got interviewed on camera. The first thing we did was learn about how to set up a camera, and we did our own little skit, which Xavier liked a lot.
I don't know about all that, like the lot part. Yeah, he basically summed it all up, though.
How'd you feel about it?
About the skit?
About what all y'all did on the first day?
Oh, it was cool until it came down to me acting. I'm not feeling it.
So now that you guys are in this program, what are y'all intentions to get out of this program? Or do you have any, or you don't know?
To get out, I mean, like leave?
You want to, at the end of this program, what do you want to have accomplished?
More knowledge. Knowledge is power.
Knowledge in what?
Media, journalism.
I hope to learn everything about media, and I guess get better at on-screen acting.
So since we're throwing out the word media, what do y'all think about when y'all hear media? What do y'all consider as media?
Very powerful. Very powerful.
Think of people.
People.
Yeah,
People.
more so.
Does media revolve around your guys' lives?
Oh, yeah.
In what way?
Oh, yeah. I think the media grows onto us and actually, people, it just rubs off people.
Now, do y'all just consider media as TVs and computers and laptops, or do y'all consider it as what else? Like, how else do y'all feel?
It's a way of life for certain people.
Is radio media, do you guys think?
It can, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
So
Any way that,
that
can travel, news can travel on quicker is basically.
Okay, so what are y'all future plans after high school?
Go to Xavier University.
Xavier University, where's that at?
Ohio.
Are you going there just because it's Xavier?
That is partially the reason I thought about it. That or Marquette University.
And study what?
Either probably graphic design or this.
What about you, Wesley?
At this juncture, I can't tell you. I don't know.
That's fine. That's totally fine. So what do I want to study?
Yeah.
I want to study in nursing and minor in journalism at LU University. So that's where I'm planning to go. Now, Xavier, since you have an idea of graphic designs and what you want, do you think this program or media can affect what you have to do?
Yeah, it can incorporate in it.
Like how?
Design things for the media in a certain way.
Now, Wesley, I heard you do a lot of plays.
Somewhat.
So, do you think with you learning behind the scenes work with media, does it help you understand what goes on behind the scenes when you do plays and things like that? How does it make you feel?
How does it make me feel? Like, how does it... I guess it gives me just a better image of how everything runs, like how everything's done. Yeah. Self-explanatory, yeah.
Okay, so you guys set up cameras last time, am I right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How does that?
It was very easy accessible.
Yeah.
Very.
Pretty simple.
So do y'all feel like y'all can do behind the scenes more than be in front of the camera?
I feel that way.
Why do you feel that way? You feel so strong about it. I like to know why is that such a strong feeling?
I may not seem it, but I'm shy when I get in front of,
But it's just me and you.
Still, I can't, I don't like, faking, acting. Acting is, I can't do
you ain't got to fake it.
Realistic personality.
Just be real with me.
Can't do that.
How'd you feel? How do you feel, Wesley? I know you do plays, so do you think being behind the scenes is different for you? Because I know you're in front a lot, so.
Honestly, I think being behind the scenes is just laid back and a lot easier, but I like the other way better on camera.
Okay, well, I'm gonna ask a special question. How do y'all feel about Mr. Nelson on a real basis? Come on.
I really do like Mr. Nelson. I'm serious. This is not a suck up. I really like Mr. Nelson. I think he's a good teacher, and he gave me, just by last week, he told me many things I just never really thought about. So,
Xavier, what you feel about him?
Seems like a cool guy. That's about it.
That's it? He just cool?
Yeah, I learned some things from him too, but he be trying to bust me out in front of people. I don't appreciate that.
Well, there you had it. We got these new guys in the building. We're going to see where they're going to go. Hopefully they'll take us to a whole new level. But stay tuned. You were kicking it with Kat today. Bye, guys.
Follow me on Twitter.
All right, as you guys know, I'm Kat, and you guys know I did this program last year. And last year the program was very different. It was majority of women, so Mr. Nelson had to put up with all of our styles and what we wanted and how we felt about this and how we did certain things with that. But as I can see, as I walked in the door today, we have two boys starting off. And it's different. They like to rob banks, like while we last year liked to argue over a boy. So as you can see, the two different personalities and the two different styles are coming out. So I'm very excited to see what these boys have to offer, and hopefully they can bring more of their friends and other people, because as you can see, we do have next. So I just want to give a shout out to my girls. You see what we have to compete with, and you see what we have to kind of live up to, and see what they can do, and see if boys got next or if us girls still got it. So stay tuned. Bye.
Hi, I'm Eris Mackey, and welcome back to We Got Next. I'm one of the instructors here with the Junior Journalism program, and I'm here with Xavier Banks. And today we're going to discuss some things dealing with the media and sports. How you doing today, Xavier?
Doing good. How are you?
All right. Okay, let's start off at the back. We had a discussion earlier where we discussed the Lakers, and you had your opinion on the Lakers' offensive setup. Would you tell us about that?
The offense is too slow for Steve Nash, because Steve Nash always has been a freelance, full-court offense type of player, and they have this half-court, slow offense. It's not going to work out too good with him.
Okay. And now I know earlier we discussed how neither one of us seem to be Lakers fans, but on that subject, how do you think the media played a role as far as introducing all the new players that came to the Lakers team, as far as Steve Nash and Dwight Howard? And how do you feel that the media played a role in that? And then how do you feel about how their season has started already? And do you think that the media played a role in the firing of the coach?
To knock both of your questions out, is overhyped. And yes, they did with the coach. Yeah, the media played a role in that, because they're like, he doesn't start off too good, and they're going to fire him, and that's basically what happened.
Okay. So as far as the Lakers team, and as far as the media goes, and I know you said it was just hype at the beginning. Now, do you feel like that the NBA would also do some of the same media tactics that they did with the Lakers? Do you feel that they would do that with any other team, like say maybe a Philadelphia team, or say maybe a Portland team? Do you feel like with if those players would have went to Portland, or if they would have went to Philadelphia, if they would have got the same media exposure? Or do you think that the media was just played that way because it was the Lakers and they have so many rings, and or do you feel like well, I guess the first question is, how do you feel about, do you think the media would have played the same role if those players would have went to one of the teams that haven't won a championship within the last few years?
I think it would. I think it would be a bigger deal, but it wouldn't be as big as it's LA. It's LA, that's more media than pretty much in any other city than Portland's and Philadelphia's. And at the same time, LA has had a franchise throughout the basketball history.
Okay. And now you consider yourself a sports fanatic, or you just, how do you?
I wouldn't say a fanatic, but it's important.
Okay, because we just want to clarify your credentials with the people watching. What are your credentials? I mean, did you play elementary school, little league, neighborhood, video game?
Play basketball till high school, and I still play it till every now and then, but
okay,
more so of an observer now than anything.
Okay. So being an observer, do you feel that you have the right to question players that have been on another level, seeing as how you don't even play in high school?
End of the day, it's all opinion and they haven't been getting it done. So.
Okay. Now, how do you feel about players? Also, I know with the social media, you're allowed fans have the ability to text or tweet about other players' performances, and as you said, their opinion. Now, how do you feel about the players' responses? Some responses have been appropriate, some have been inappropriate. Some players have been fined on those responses. How do you feel about that, as far as, because the fans have the ability to, like fans don't get fined, so do you feel like players should be fined for texting their responses?
To a certain extent, because I've seen like Shaq, he tweets people and they'll be like, this is boring. It's like, so is your face, and he do stuff like that. He don't get fined because it's nothing major, but if he's like, they were cussing and swearing and all that stuff, then yeah, I think they should be fined because it's making their business look bad at the end of the day.
Okay, so you feel like it's kind of like as far as like something, a breach of contract as far as how you should carry yourself as being a player?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it was nice having you on the show, Xavier. Great having you in. We'll have you back in again, and we'll discuss some more hot topics as far as the clothing, because you also said that you're a clothing connoisseur.
No, I said shoe.
Oh, I'm sorry, shoes connoisseur. So we'll be back next time with Xavier on We Got Next.
Welcome to the next edition of We Got Next. Today, I'm your host, Wes, and we're going to be talking about media and its effect on youth and what kids are into these days. Is it being rubbed off media, and how can it be prevented, and what's the kind of new trends we're seeing thanks to media, both the good and bad trends? I have two here. Today I have two conversees with me. Why don't you introduce yourselves?
Hello, my name is Tisha Holland, and I am an employee of Omaha Public Schools, and I work with youth from elementary school to high school.
My name is Kathleen Langley. I'm a 10th grader at Omaha North High Magnet School, and I'm currently going to North because I want to be a nurse, and I have that engineering program that's going to help me get there.
All right. So let's see. When did you graduate?
From?
When high school?
I'm from St. Louis, and I graduated there in St. Louis. What brought me to Omaha is Creighton University.
Okay. So what were the kind of trends you saw at high school?
Some of the trends I saw were your affiliation with certain athletic events, like the football players hung out together, the basketball players hung out together, the cheerleaders hung out together, the people that were in the arts hung out together. You kind of formed your clique based on what your likes and your interests were.
So it was like athletes. So there were cliques in high school.
Absolutely.
So, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So Would you say that kids today of this generation are a lot different than your generation, in a good or bad way too?
In the regard of how they choose to hang out with whom they hang out, I think it's an ongoing thing. I don't think there's been many changes. I think some of the things that are available to them are a lot different than they were when I was in high school.
So like technology and
Some of the more negative effects of who you hang out with, like gang members and those things. I didn't have that challenge when I was in high school.
Oh, really? Okay. So, Kat, what are some trends that you see at North High School? Is it a very diverse school? Are people segregated? Can you tell who is who and like what separates students from one another?
The school is it's a diverse school, but there's majority of African American, and you are it's not necessarily like you're segregated, but you are put in a category. What I mean by you're put in a category is to where if you don't have this certain thing or you don't do this certain thing, get out. I can't be friends with you. You have to go over and you have to find new friends, or you have to be put somewhere else. You can't be with me. So you kind of are segregated, but you're not, sometimes not even by choice.
Wow, okay. So if you could think, you don't have to say any names, but the most popular kids at school, why would you say they were popular?
Mostly by sports and by their style, rather they have the best clothing or the hottest shoes, most likely by things that they have and not by their actual like knowledge or anything like that.
And how do you feel about that?
You shouldn't be popular over about what you have, because at the end of the day, those things aren't going to get you through life.
Absolutely. So how's that, is it on par, excuse me, to how like the top popular people in school during your time? Was it through athletes? Did what you wear really like give you an image, or how does that differ from?
Well, since I was a cheerleader, my focus really wasn't on what people wore, because we had to wear a uniform at least 3 days out of the week. So that wasn't my focus. It might have been something that other people experienced, but I didn't.
Didn't. Okay. So, speech, like, for the importance of speech, do you, for college today, nowadays, thanks to texting and slang words are being prevented, people are saying words that don't really exist. How do you think that affects you when you are trying to apply for a job?
One of the things that social media, especially written social media, be it tweeting, be it texting, be it posting on Facebook, it's taken away from the skill that's going to be so important when you matriculate past high school to be it college or a job. The need for actual voice, the need for actual speech, the need to communicate through your language to other people that you're going to be interacting with on a daily basis. So it's kind of like a dying art. Most of our schools do offer a speech class, even on the middle school level, but it's something that a lot of teenagers, instead of actually picking up the phone to have a conversation, they rather text their conversation. You know, it happens more quickly. You can abbreviate words and still be understood. And posting on Facebook, messages get out there to a far wider group of people versus I'm calling Kathleen and then she calls you and then you call someone. Tweeting and texting and posting on Facebook can get a message out a lot faster than back in the day when we had to call someone or go visit someone at their home to talk.
All right. Kat, personally, do you prefer texting or calling?
It's both. It's both. It depends on who the person is. Some people because when I talk on the phone, I feel like if you're going to talk on the phone, you're going to talk. You're not going to just sit there and you're going to breathe. So if I first talk to you and you're not talking, I'm going to text you. Because I think a lot of kids nowadays don't know how to talk on the phone because they're so used to texting. So therefore, it depends on who you're talking to, because I hate getting on the phone with somebody and they're just sitting there and I may be doing all the talking or they may be doing all the talking. So it just depends on who you're talking to, because a lot of kids don't know how to have a phone conversation anymore. Because I know before even texting even came out, That's all me and my best friend Ashley used to do, call each other on the house phone and just talk. Now that we know how to text, it's kind of like that speech is going back, way back. So there's a lot of kids, or a lot of adults even now, who don't know how to have a phone conversation. So it all depends on who I'm talking to, because I don't want to waste my time on the phone.
And one of the fallouts from that is, since a lot of people aren't talking as much as they used to, when they place themselves in a position where you apply for a job, it could be a job at McDonald's. You still have to sit with that manager and convince that manager to hire you. You're going to be communicating with people, even if you're working in drive-thru. You're going to be communicating with people coming through the drive-thru. You're going to be communicating with people at the counter. So if you are in a position that all you're doing is social media via texting, via typing, and you spend less time talking, you're going to lose out on developing those skills of speech.
I believe there's no if in it, because no matter what job you have, you're going to have communication. So that's my thing. A lot of people are saying, well, if I have this job, I don't have to talk as much. It's like everything we do now, it revolves around communication, or based off even media, what this person said about this and what this person has to say about this. No matter what job you're in, I feel like communication is always going to get your job done. So no matter what, you're going to have communication.
Absolutely.
Verbally, I should say.
Absolutely, Catherine. Yeah.
So we can agree that this social media, well, it has media in the name for a reason. So this bad trend, is it affecting future generations? Is it like in some way killing, like taking away a skill that was very valuable 10, 20 years ago? And can we agree that this social media is actually for the worse? Is there any benefits to this?
I believe it's taking away a skill, because when I was 10, there was no Instagram, there was no Facebook, there was no Twitter, there was texting. I think texting just came out. But now my brother, who is 10, comes in my room and like, look, Nene, I'm talking to such and such. Who? You 10-year-olds, you guys got Facebook pages and yeah, I've been messaging her, I've been messaging him, we've been doing this. Like, it's just like you see it, I can see it. My brother, why can't you call her? Well, I don't feel like calling her. What? Why are you it's kind of like you can just see, it's a great thing for communication, but it's used for all the wrong reasons, is what I think.
Yes, I don't want to say that it's causing a dying art to happen, but I think we should draw a lot of attention to the negative consequences of how it's taken away from developing a skill that you're going to have no matter what your position is. Even if you work in an isolated position that you sit at your desk and you're entering data, sooner or later you're going to have to talk to someone to explain what you're doing, or maybe to explain the information that you just typed. So I wish our focus would go to more on developing oral communication. Written is important, but oral is equally as important. And I think that's something that our youth are missing out on today, because they're using social media as their number one mode of communication.
You know that the number one fear in America is public speaking. Why do you think that is?
Public, you have to get up and talk in front of people. Like, I just think that's hard. Even in like a classroom, it's hard. And I learned, like, even though sometimes I could go and I could talk to you and you and you, and you put me in front, I'm just like, oh, wait a second, time out. You want me to do what? And I think there's not enough, even English classes, I don't think we do it enough. I don't think we do enough oral speeches or projects to get us ready to like be in that position. I just think teachers sometimes just throw you up there and be like, here you go, here's your grade. Tell me what I need to work on, so when I do it the next time, I can improve on that. So therefore, I don't think there's enough preparation to when we are to that point that we'll do it like the right way. So I think we all need to be prepared more than just to be thrown up there like, there you go, it's easy.
I agree with you. It's definitely something that needs to be taught, because if we have to continue relying on social networking or even the media, the media makes it look so easy, but a lot of people behind the camera or in front of the camera are trained in that area, something that you just expressed that you're not getting in school, because teachers they just throw you in front of the class and present this information. It is something that should be taught. There's a right way to do it. There's different types of speech, persuasive speech, all different types, and that needs to be taught in school so that when you are going to college campuses or going to jobs, that you're in the position where you can talk to people and hopefully grow in the company you work at or matriculate and get your diploma or your degree.
All right. Thanks for tuning in to this great episode of We Got Next. Don't forget to tune in next week on our next hot topic on, well, it will be a very nice surprise, actually. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for this evening. We're out. How'd you feel about today's session?
We did a lot of hands-on stuff today.
Don't you think we moved a lot faster than last week?
Yeah, because he's talking more so last week than anything.
How'd you feel about the camera thing? On camera versus off camera?
Off camera was way easier to me. Don't like being on camera like that.
Oh, but did you like the talk that you have on camera?
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah. What about yours?
Yeah, I liked it. I was playing house, so it was a lot more challenging than I thought I did, but I think I did solid for the first time. Well, thanks for watching.
By the way, We Got Next.